All right, let's get you on. See what's going on here. Hey, Danica. Hey, Linda. What's going on? Linda, you're kicking it off. I am Interstatal. All right, here we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Angies Angles. It is November the 30th, the last day in the year of my Lord, 2023. How's everybody today? Danica, hey. Linda, hello again. Mike, I am Duo Interstatal. Mr. McGowan, top of the evening to you, my friend. Lighty Woman, wahoo! Tom, how we doing? Fellas out in the lounge of Smoke Therapy, 215 Ronkonkoma Avenue, Ronkonkoma, New York. Come on down. If you're local, we got it going on. We got the football game on the big screen. We got Angies Angles in the back room. What more could be better? I'll tell you what's better. I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to wait. I don't know. Where's Kevin? Kevin's got to jump on here unless he's too busy watching hockey. What is hockey? Hockey's no good. Blah. Baseball's the only sport. Anyway. So we had a couple of signings with the New York Mets. Very excited. Mark Brooks, my brother from another mother, makes me try Interstatal. And I'm 2 minutes in and we got 6 viewers and I'm loving it. All right. Let's get the small signing out of the way. One, Austin Adams, and compliments to Kevin Elliott. I appreciate his input. We signed Austin Adams to a split contract. Can somebody explain what are we doing signing guys to a split contract? That means you're not good enough for the home team. You're not big enough for the big leagues. You're dancing on the small dance floor, for God's sakes. We signed him to a split contract, and let me tell you why maybe we signed him to a split contract, right? Back in 2021, Austin Adams had a 4.20 ERA. He gave 52 innings. He gave up 28 hits, 28 runs. But here's the big number. This is what must have put one David Stearns over the top to give him a contract. The guy hit 24 batters, 24 hit by pitches in 52 innings. Every other inning, he hit a guy. I mean, come on now. What are we looking for this guy to be all like, all right, I'll use the hockey analogy. Our enforcer? Because we led the league in batters hit. Pete Alonso, one of the top guys, yeah? So now we're going to bring in Austin Adams to be our little enforcer. You hit our guy, he's going to hit 24 of you guys. Officer Lennon's in the house. About time you make a reappearance, Officer Lennon. You've been negligent. You haven't been here, my friend. Kevin Elliott, what is going on? Kevin, I am quadruple Interstatal. And we're at 9. Come on, somebody put me in the double digits. I would like to rely on my son Danny and maybe even Ange. No, but they're busy playing Fortnite or whatever game they're playing. For God's sakes. Clark, you made me 10 and quadruple Interstatal, baby. I'm going to copyright that word. Interstatal does not exist in the English language. I believe it's a Russian word, to be honest with you. And I don't know what the hell interstatal means. I mean, I know what it means for me and Angies Angles family and friends. And now I'm going to drop the friends part. Whoever's a member of Angies Angles is permanently forever etched in my heart as family. I love you all. So, Clark, we were just reminiscing about Austin Adams' amazing 2021 season that got him signed to a Major League split contract. He's going to get $1.40 down in the majors per game and maybe $5.20 if he's called up to the big show. Split contracts. I mean, do we have nothing better to do with the money? Send it over to me. Federal Express, I'll accept it. Oh, my God. Even though you yank my chain, Clark, you are, again, my family, my friends. So I thank you. Now, some of you saw this post I posted about Luis Severino. We're going to get right into it. I had time. I had time to step off the ledge, come inside, have a little cigar. And I know you all like this, so that's why I do it. That's why I do it. Here we go. All right. Oh, I wanted to stay on fire. That's fun. Take it easy. Clark, take it easy. Clark, we're going to trade you one Austin Adams for a bag of donuts to the St. Louis Shitbirds. Where's Harold? That's what they call the Cardinals from Chicago, the Shitbirds. So I had time. I had time to look, analyze, absorb, digest, throw any adjective out there that you might. Luis Severino, two-time All-Star. No, scratch that. Scratch that. That's Joey Wendell was a two-time All-Star. I don't understand any of this. Oh yeah, that's great. That's great, Mr. McCown. Yeah, flamethrower. He uses a flamethrower. Maybe we were just watching Ghostbusters, where they used the CGI for Harold Ramis. Poor soul passed away, so they used CGI for Harold to make that last movie. It was pretty impressive. So back to Luis Severino, a skanky. Carlos Mendoza is our manager, a skanky. Luis Severino, a pitcher for the Skankies. We signed him 1 year, $13 million contract. At best, the number 5 starter. Harold, never any need to apologize. And Harold, you missed it, but we're dropping the friends and family moniker on all you that log in. All of you are family. And that was really from day one. I consider you all my family. So Luis Severino, a skanky, coming over to the New York Mets on a 1-year deal. And, I'm giving David Stearns, I'm giving Steve Cohen, Carlos Mendoza a little leeway that they must know something about Severino. You guys, you were expecting me to rant and rave and rant about Luis Severino being on. I shock all of you. Dave, how are you, my friend? Dave Silberg, friend from Oceanside Senior High, class of 83, baby. So I had the time to look up his numbers. A skanky. They always say there's a calm before the storm. What the hell are they doing? What are they doing? Luis Severino wasn't even worth $1 to the Yankees to keep him. Why are we bringing over goddamn Luis Severino? We don't want Luis Severino. The Yankees didn't want Luis Severino. And he pitched for them for 5 years, for God's sakes. I know y'all will kind of like rush into the phones. Angie's stroking out because he's accepting the Luis. I don't accept the Luis Severino trade at all. For God's sakes. Now, some of you might say $13 million, Ange. Chump change to Mr. Cohen. That's a tip when he goes off a Vacazione. God dang it. Freaking, I mean, I don't understand. Doesn't that say NY Mets? Are we not the Mets? What are we, the freaking skanky extension team? I mean, come on, for God's sakes. Why do we gotta sign another skanky who's been injured? Who's probably Tommy John candidate? And we'll never see it. He'll pitch the third game in spring training and claim that, oh, my elbow's flaming up. Oh, my God. Hey, Nick Troiano, representative Delphi University. Right, what's going on? He says, why the hell do we get another goddamn skanky? And Austin Adams, I already covered that, Nick. Austin Adams, our new enforcer. If one of our guys gets hit, he's coming in and plunking two of them because he had 24 hit by pitches in 2021. And we don't even believe in him that much to give him a full contract. We gave him a split contract for reasons unbeknownst to this guy, for God's sakes. No, Mr. McGowan, no Willie Randolph. He turned it down. Thank God. Hallelujah. Amen. Because I don't know. Y'all know that I deal with some hard issues because if we got another freaking skanky, I don't know how much I can take. I try to live a good life. I'm respectful. I love my family. Take care of Bob and the kids. I wake them up in the morning. I do this, I do that, I do that, I do this. Get everybody a house, and half the time I leave the house missing stuff that I need, that I forgot because I took care of everybody else. I need one of me to make sure I'm out the door with everything I need. I digress. So our rotation looks something like this. Senga, Quintana, Severino. And Severino's a number 5. And now, I don't understand. $13 million. 13. We want Yamamoto. We want him bad. I want Yamamoto badly. So why not? You're going to offer him $200 million, whatever $1 million he's going to get. Maybe the Dodgers offer him 210. Maybe the Skankies coming at 211. You could have taken this $13 million that you gave a Luis Severino that the Skanky said you could have him. Clark, you're living in a fantasy land if Yamamoto's even considering the Redbirds. I'm very sorry, Clark. If that happens, I'm going to have to eat some crow because I don't see that happening. At all, Clark. Not at all. I mean, I couldn't keep up the charade saying that I was going to accept this Luis Severino sign. I don't accept it. And I don't care. I don't care if he's Cy Young candidate. Can we go and get a pitcher? Trevor Bauer. We could have taken that $13 million, added a couple, and thrown that Bauer and said, come back to New York, the biggest stage in America. Oh, my God. Oh, Newbar, he don't even look Asian, Clark. But the word on the street is that they're looking at the 2 Japanese kids. Oh, that would be nice. That would be a nice early Christmas present. We got the general manager meetings. Yes, Clark, I know. I know that. But he's not. He's not he's not a Yamamoto or Senga. He's on your team, and I get it. And I know I know we played for the Japanese team the whole 9 yards. And don't even get me started with the World Baseball Classic at all. One of the things that I think we're missing, and I'm going to just recap the 2023 season for the New York Mets. The day that one Edwin Diaz went down with that ridiculous injury, hopping on the mound. Oh, Harold, you could hope. Listen, Harold, the Cubs are making some significant moves. I think you guys are going to be a contender. Let's see how Craig Counsell does in Chi-Town over there. Yeah, that's correct, Jim. I brought that up last week. All you got to do is take Yamamoto and the other guy and drive him down the main street of Roosevelt Avenue. And it'd be like he's home. That's right, Nick. They cannot screw up the Yamamoto signing. It's got to happen. I said Senga was going to be a Cy Young candidate. And I think he finished 4th and 5th in the voting. 2nd in the Rookie of the Year. I knew Senga was going to be just fine. And now we were just, my best buddy in the whole universe, Lane Lands, and I were looking at some old time. Something came out on the post of Facebook, and he sent me the link saying the best pitchers all time, Major League Baseball. Number 1 was Tom Seaver. Personal opinions about Tom Seaver's side as a person. Tom Seaver's not the best pitcher ever to pitch in the major. Not top 10. Argument could be made he's top 5. He's not the number 1. And Cy Young, we looked up Cy Young. I mean, Cy Young pitched 5,000 innings, I think it was, if not more. 400 innings per season. They had 6 teams. Who's he pitching against? The Bad News Bears. And back then, they weren't even throwing hard. Dead ball era. They're using hay and some cowhide and wrapped the ball, and it went nowheres during Cy Young's career. Again, I'll digress. Why is David Stearns and Steve Cohen infatuated with skankies? Hey, Mr. McGowan, Koufax. So, again, again, I'm in a lot of baseball pages, right? And I'm glad you brought up Koufax. Koufax had a 6-year career where he was absolutely a monster. He had 6 years where he sucked. He wasn't very good for 6 years. And while he was dominant for 6 years, and very dominant, it opened up my eyes to the fact that he wasn't as heralded as a pitcher as I thought. I got to do some more looking into some of these old-time players. Now, what could happen is Luis Severino could become our 6th pitcher, 5th, 6th, because I really do think that the Mets are going with a 6-man rotation this year. I really believe that, as much as they can, right? You got some periods in the season where you have a day off or 2, and you really can't hold your starters back. Your 1-2 guys back. You can't do it. But Senga has proven with 6 days rest, the guy's ERA was 2.13. 5 days rest, it was like 3.60. And on 4 days rest, not so good at all. That's because over there in the Japanese league, they go on 6-day rest. And again, I told you the ball's a different size. And if Rob Manfred and Harold were here, we mentioned the Devil's name. He shares the title with the X. We all understand. Rob Manfred hates baseball. Rob Manfred hates baseball. Rob Manfred hates baseball ad nauseum. But if Rob Manfred wants to really manage baseball and make it global, they have to get the size of the ball to be the same size in the quadruple A Japanese league, So when these guys come over, there's no freaking adjustment to the size of the ball. I mean, Jesus Christmas. It's not softball. It's baseball. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it, and I really don't understand how I'm at the 850 mark. This is like blowing my mind how time. Like at work today, I got in 8 o'clock this morning. I had a project I had to do. I had a meeting I attended. Meeting was long, over an hour long, but that's fine. We covered a lot of topics. I come back to the office. I'm hungry. I look at the clock. It's like 11:50. 11:50. I get lunch. I had a good lunch. I come back. I look at the clock. It's like 12:20. I go, where's the day? It's dragging. Why is the day dragging? I don't know. Harold, I had that answer. Let me look that back up if in my notes if I could find that. I think. Well, obviously it's either bigger or smaller, but I'm going to go with that ball being slightly smaller. I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe it's slightly smaller. If somebody could Google that while we're here and let me know. But it's ridiculous. If you're going to play the game of baseball, you got to use the same size ball. The bats fluctuate with the ounces and the length. That's fine. The base is all 90. Well, are they really 90 with the larger bases now? No, they're really 89 feet and like 3/4. Another stupid rule. No problem, Mark. What's going on is I hope your wife is in Michigan for good stuff and not bad stuff, Mark. You got to fill us in. We're at the 8:52 mark, and I really haven't even said anything tonight. I put on a little charade. So I really do believe if we get Yamamoto plus Senga, so that'd be Senga, Quintana, Yamamoto, Quintana, Miguel Robertson, perhaps. Louis, I'm a damn skanky Severino. And then somebody else. But the Mets need Trevor Bauer. The guy's been proven beyond a reasonable doubt that he's innocent of all charges. Not saying he's a good guy. I'm not going to throw that out there. And Harold, I understand that completely. Okay, Mark. I understand that completely that you don't like the guy. But the guy can pitch. And why can't we offer Trevor Bauer a 3-year deal? Take that $13 million from Severino, put it in his package. Or go $13 million over the top on whoever is going to offer Yamamoto X amount of dollars. And where's the Pete Alonso news? And Kevin, I know you don't want Pete Alonso. I don't give a crap. And if we trade one person for Juan Soto, oh my God, I'm going to hold the placard in front of my television because I refuse to go to the ballpark and support all these freaking rich billionaires. I'm not going to do it. Not until they come back and satisfy this guy. We're at the 8:54 mark. We got to do this. Oh, I lost my hat. I threw it across the room. The sign back behind me, Angies Angles, compliments of Sharon and Tommy Marino, friends of the family. I'm happy that I'm on StreamYard, so it's properly displayed. You can read it. You can see it. It's wonderful. It's got the little cigar. It's very nice. It announces my anniversary. I started this podcast back on April Fool's Day, 2021. So let's do this. So Sharon's been under the weather, so she'll be the first one that we send out prayers to. Harold, we got Dawn squared in our prayers, your wife and your friend. Mark, I'm going to throw your wife into this mix with Dominique, your dad, and yourself. We're praying for you guys. Scott Tobias, your wife and mom. Clark, Brad, your brother-in-law, and your daughter Kennedy with her music career. Kev, may your health challenges continue to improve and that you get answers. The Krause family and Aubrey, their daughter, as she defeats cancer day after day. Linda Stein, always our prayers for your dad. Mr. McGowan, sir, You are front and center, my friend. Deb and Lee down in Maryland, we're praying for you guys. Tom's friend Paul, who has cancer, is doing very good. Surgery was positive. My cousins John, Charlie, and Joey on the passing of their mom and having to really muddle through Thanksgiving without their mom. And this is these two are next are big. My sister Patty Ann, her daughters Natalie, Caroline, and Ava, as well as them having to face the holidays upcoming, Thanksgiving, Christmas, without their husband Chuck and their dad, my brother-in-law Chuck. He passed in July. Barbara did an amazing job for Thanksgiving. I couldn't eat another stitch, but it was the first year without her dad, and the table was somber at best. We tried to make the most of it. Friends, family. We asked for rapid fire prayers for Brian Marini, a co-worker at work, and his mom Marianne. We're very close together. She's alumni in charge of the alumni of Adelphi. He came home this past Sunday. He's recouping. Things are looking up and positive. So I appreciate all those rapid fire prayers. Some sad news. Mrs. Tellini, a friend of Tom, out there in the smoke lobby, she passed away from her stroke. 88 years old. And we pray for her eternal rest and her family. And my friends that were here last week, they asked me to throw in Brian Taylor. I don't have updates on Brian, so I just wanted to make sure that we included him as well. We're at day 57, Mark. I think I got it all in. I don't think I can reach my hat, so you're all looking at my messy gray hair over here. I'm going to hope a week from tonight, December, right, that we're going to have some Met positive news. Can we sign a player that I could chomp my cigar to, that I could blow smoke and say, finally, we got a player? I don't know what we're waiting on. We see these pitches going off the board. We see these players going off the board. I want Pete Alonso to be taken care of. I want us to announce the Yamamoto signing. I want the other kid, the outfielder from Japan, and his name's escaping me at the moment. Hey, Terry, thanks for joining us. I hope you, your mom, and your kids had a great Thanksgiving and your family. Thanks for joining us, Terry. So I appreciate you. So this whole I'm going to call it Uber traffic from the Bronx. First, Carlos, who the hell are you? Mendoza, Luis Severino. I mean, who's next? I mean, if we're going to get a skanky, can we get a skanky that's got some value behind him? I mean, Severino pitched to over a 6 ERA last year. Awful. I'm really amazed that we're at the end of my podcast. Mark, I know you always root for overtime, extra innings, but I need to keep it to the half an hour. Excuse me. I will promise you this, Mark Brooks. We're going to have a whole different segment once the season resumes, the 2024 season. We'll dedicate a good 10 minutes to dissecting the week of the Mets, the week that was or wasn't. That's what we're going to call it. We'll jump on that. Of course, we're going to bring back Danny's Road to the Show updates. See how that goes. It's 8:59. I'm going to go join my friends. This has been Angies Angles coming to you live from Smoke Therapy, 215 Ronkonkoma Avenue. Come on down if you have a local. I'd love to bring you on my show. We're going to start doing that in the off season. We're going to have some guest hosts. So good night. God bless. I love you.